The carousel spun endlessly, mocking me with its empty loops as the last suitcase from Flight 287 vanished into the hands of a hurried businessman. I stood there, palms sweating, staring at the void where my luggage should have been. My entire life packed into those 2 bags now lost in the bowels of JFK Airport. But then, a voice cut through the chaos. A warm, steady baritone asking if I needed help. And when I turned, his eyes met mine, sparking something I hadn't felt in years. My name is Ethan Harper, a 28-year-old graphic designer from Seattle, flying into New York for what was supposed to be a fresh start after a brutal breakup. The city was my escape, a place to bury the memories of my ex, Mark, who had left me for someone more stable. Stability, ha. I quit my dead-end job, sold most of my stuff, and crammed the rest into those missing suitcases. Now, here I was, stranded in the arrivals hall, phone dying, no charger in my carry-on because I'd stupidly packed it away. The airline rep at the lost baggage counter was a blur of apologies and forms, promising they'd locate my bags within 24 hours. "Just fill this out, sir," she said, sliding a clipboard my way. I scribbled my details, heart pounding with frustration, when that voice interrupted again. "Excuse me, but I overheard. If you need a place to charge your phone, there's an outlet over by the coffee stand." I looked up to see him, tall, broad-shouldered, with tousled dark hair and a faint stubble that framed a kind smile. He wore a simple gray hoodie and jeans, a backpack slung over one shoulder. Another traveler, maybe. His name tag caught my eye. No, he wasn't just passing through. Jordan Reyes, it read with airport volunteer beneath. Great, I thought, now I'm the damsel in distress. But his eyes, deep brown and sincere, held no pity, only genuine concern. "Thanks," I muttered, forcing a nod. "I'm Ethan. This is my nightmare start to New York." Jordan chuckled softly, a sound that eased the knot in my chest. New York's full of nightmares and miracles. Sometimes they're the same thing. He led me to the outlet, plugging in my phone himself when my hands fumbled. As it powered up, he lingered, asking about my flight, my plans. I found myself opening up, about the breakup, the job hunt, the impulsive move. He listened, really listened, nodding at the right moments, his presence like an anchor in the storm. Turns out, Jordan was 30, a former Marine turned social worker, volunteering at the airport to help displaced travelers. "People lose more than luggage here," he said quietly. "Sometimes it's direction." His words hit hard, and before I knew it, we were sharing a coffee, the airport noise fading into the background. By the time my phone buzzed with a text from the airline, "No bags yet," I realized 2 hours had slipped by. Jordan offered to show me around Queens, where he lived, saying I could crash on his couch if needed. I hesitated. I wasn't out to everyone back home, and trusting a stranger felt reckless. But something in his steady gaze made me say yes. We took the AirTran, then a subway, emerging into a vibrant neighborhood alive with street vendors and murals. His apartment was modest, a one-bedroom with bookshelves overflowing and a faint scent of sandalwood. "Make yourself at home," he said, tossing me a blanket. That night, as I lay on the couch, staring at the ceiling, I wondered if this was fate or folly. Little did I know, this chance encounter would unravel secrets I'd buried deep. The next morning, Jordan made breakfast, scrambled eggs and toast, simple but thoughtful. We talked more about his life. Growing up in a conservative Filipino family in California, enlisting to escape expectations, coming out after his service only to face rejection from his parents. "They still pray for me," he said with a wry smile. "Like it's a phase." I shared my own story, Midwestern roots, a family that tolerated my sexuality as long as it stayed unspoken. "My dad thinks it's a choice," I admitted, like I picked it to spite him. Jordan's hand brushed mine accidentally as he passed the salt, and the spark was undeniable. But I pulled back. I wasn't ready for complications. The airline called midday. My bags were found, but damaged, contents scattered. Jordan drove me back to JFK in his beat-up Honda, the radio playing soft indie tunes. On the way, he opened up about his work counseling at-risk youth, many LGBTQ kids kicked out by families. "It's why I volunteer," he explained. "I see myself in them." At the airport, as I claimed my mangled luggage, a wave of gratitude hit me. "I don't know how to thank you," I said. He shrugged. "Dinner? There's a great Thai place near my spot." I agreed, and that evening turned into a date, unspoken but electric. We laughed over pad thai, shared stories of heartbreaks, and when he walked me to the subway, his goodbye lingered, a hug that felt like home. But reality intruded fast. I found a sublet in Brooklyn, started freelancing gigs, but Jordan and I kept meeting. Coffee turned to walks in Central Park, then quiet evenings at his place. The chemistry built slowly, fueled by shared vulnerabilities. One night, after a movie, he kissed me, gentle, questioning. I kissed back, heart racing. It was real, not rebound. Yet doubts crept in. My family back in Ohio started calling, pressuring me to visit. "Bring a girl home," my mom joked, oblivious. And Jordan's ex, a guy named Chris, reappeared via texts, stirring jealousy I hadn't anticipated. Weeks blurred into months. Our relationship deepened, but cracks formed. Jordan's family planned a visit from California, and he hadn't told them about me. "It's complicated," he said, avoiding my eyes. "They barely accept me as is." I pushed back. "So I'm a secret?" The argument escalated, voices raised in his living room. "You don't get it, Ethan. Coming out cost me everything once." Hurt, I stormed out, wandering the city streets, questioning if this was worth it. Back at my sublet, I scrolled through old photos of Mark, wondering if stability meant hiding. The next day, Jordan showed up at my door with flowers. Lilies, my favorite, somehow remembered from a casual mention. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I want to try." We reconciled, but the tension simmered. Social conflicts mounted. At a pride event, we faced stares from passers-by, a reminder of the world's judgments. Then, my freelance client, a conservative firm, hinted at family values in their branding. Did I risk my job by being open? Choices weighed heavy, each one a potential fracture. As summer faded, Jordan invited me to a youth center fundraiser he organized. There, amid speeches and donations, I saw his passion firsthand. Helping kids navigate the same pains we'd endured. It reignited my feelings, but also highlighted our differences. He was rooted in advocacy. I was still finding my voice. That night, over wine, he confessed, "I love you, Ethan, but I'm scared." I echoed the words, terrified yet certain. Little conflicts brewed into bigger ones, like when his sister called, probing about his roommate. Lies piled up, testing our bond. The fundraiser's success brought Jordan recognition. A local news feature praising his work with LGBTQ youth. I beamed with pride, but envy flickered. My own career stalled, gigs drying up amid economic whispers. "You're amazing," I told him, masking my insecurity. He pulled me close. "We're in this together." But togetherness felt fragile. My family announced a surprise visit. My parents flying in for my birthday. Panic set in. What do I tell them about us? I asked Jordan. He paused. "The truth? Or whatever you're ready for?" His nonchalance stung. Easy for him to say, having already faced rejection. The day they arrived, I met them at LaGuardia, nerves taut. Mom hugged me tightly. Dad clapped my back. "New York's treating you well?" he asked, eyeing my rumpled shirt. We toured the sights, Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, avoiding deep talks. But over dinner at an Italian spot, Mom pried. "Seeing anyone?" I froze, fork midway. Jordan texted then, "Miss you. How's it going?" I excused myself to the bathroom, staring at my reflection. Tell them or hide? Back at the table, I mumbled, "Yeah, someone special." Dad's brow furrowed. "A girl from work?" The assumption hit like a punch. "No, Dad. A guy. His name's Jordan." Silence descended, broken only by clinking silverware nearby. Mom's eyes widened. Dad set down his glass. "Ethan, we talked about this. It's a phase influenced by the city. Anger surged. It's not a phase. It's me. The argument spilled out. Dad's conservative views clashing with my reality. Mom torn between us. We love you, she said, tears welling. But it's hard. They left early the next day, promising to call, but the rift widened. Jordan held me that night as I cried, his arms a solace, yet I resented him for pushing transparency. Conflicts escalated societally too. Jordan's youth center faced backlash, a petition from local conservatives claiming it promoted agendas to kids. Protests formed outside, signs waving with hateful rhetoric. Jordan stood firm, organizing counter-events, but the stress showed, sleepless nights, short tempers. One evening, after a heated board meeting, he snapped at me over a forgotten errand. Can't you see I'm drowning? I shot back. And I'm not? My family's disowning me because of us. Words flew like daggers, exposing raw fears. We slept apart, the couch my refuge again. Reconciliation came via a shared crisis. One of Jordan's ments, a 17-year-old named Miguel, ran away after his parents discovered his sexuality. Jordan found him huddled in a park, brought him home temporarily. Watching Jordan comfort the boy, drawing from his own pain, melted my defenses. You're a hero, I whispered later. He shook his head. Just paying it forward. We talked through the night, admitting flaws, my insecurity, his guarded heart. The bond strengthened, but external pressures mounted. My client dropped me after seeing a pride post on my social media, citing brand misalignment. Jobless again, I questioned everything. As fall approached, Jordan's family visit loomed. He decided to come clean, inviting me to dinner with them. Nerves jangled as we prepared, his mom, dad, and sister arriving from LAX. The apartment smelled of adobo, Jordan's attempt at nostalgia. When they knocked, my heart hammered. Introductions were polite, but tension crackled. Over dinner, Jordan cleared his throat. Mom, Dad, this isn't just a friend. Ethan's my boyfriend. Forks paused. His dad stared. Mom averted eyes. Jordan, we thought you were past this. His father said, voice low. The debate ignited, cultural expectations versus personal truth, faith clashing with love. His sister defended us, but the parents resisted, quoting scriptures and traditions. You're choosing sin, his mom wept. Jordan stood tall. I'm choosing happiness. The evening ended in stalemate, them leaving for a hotel, promising talks tomorrow. Alone, Jordan broke down, sobs shaking him. I held him, whispering assurances, but doubt gnawed. Was our love worth this pain? The next day, a tentative olive branch, breakfast together, awkward but civil. Progress, maybe, yet controversies stirred. Miguel's situation drew media attention, painting Jordan as a controversial figure in some outlets. Accusations flew, influencing minors, agenda pushing. Supporters rallied, but haters amplified online. I defended him on forums, facing backlash myself. Our relationship became a battleground, choices defining us. Did we fight or flee? Highs and lows intertwined, drama peaking as winter neared. Winter's chill mirrored the frost in our lives. Jordan's center weathered the storm, gaining allies from progressive groups, but the toll was evident. Dark circles under his eyes, weight loss from skipped meals. I landed a new gig at a liberal ad agency, relief washing over me, yet guilt lingered for not supporting him more. We need a break, I suggested one snowy evening, words slipping out amid fatigue. He looked stricken. From what? Us. The argument spiraled, unearthing buried resentments. His workaholism, my self-doubt. You're always saving others, but what about us? I accused. He countered. And you're running from commitment, like with your family. We parted angrily, me crashing at a friend's couch in Manhattan. Days blurred without contact, each text drafted but deleted. Loneliness amplified regrets. Then, a call from Miguel. Jordan's in the hospital. Stress-related collapse. Panic propelled me to the ER, where I found him hooked to monitors, pale but awake. You came, he murmured, hand reaching for mine. Tears flowed as I confessed. I can't lose you. The scare mended us, vows renewed to prioritize each other. But society wouldn't relent. My parents emailed, a olive branch of sorts. We're trying to understand. Come home for Christmas. Jordan encouraged it. Face them with me. We flew to Ohio, snow blanketing the Midwest. Arrival was tense, hugs stiff, conversations surface. Christmas Eve dinner brought the inevitable. Dad asked about Jordan outright. He's my partner, I said firmly. Debates ensued. Generational gaps, religious divides. Mom shared her own struggles, admitting fears stemmed from ignorance. Dad grumbled but listened as Jordan spoke of his service. His life, humanizing the issue. A crack in the armor, perhaps. Back in New York, empowerment surged. We attended rallies, Jordan speaking publicly about our story, igniting debates online. Comments ranged from supportive to vitriolic. Inspiring couple versus destroying family values. The exposure brought opportunities, a podcast invite for Jordan, freelance collabs for me, but also threats. Anonymous messages warned us to watch our backs, fueling paranoia. One night, walking home, a group heckled us, slurs cutting deep. Jordan shielded me, but the fear lingered. Is this worth it? I whispered later. He held me. You are. Personal choices clashed with societal norms. Jordan proposed couples therapy, admitting his guardedness rooted in past betrayals. Sessions unearthed traumas. My abandonment issues from Mark, his from family rejection. Progress was slow, breakthroughs emotional. Meanwhile, Miguel thrived under Jordan's guidance, finding a foster home. A win amid chaos. But controversy peaked when a conservative blogger doxed us, exposing addresses and jobs. Harassment escalated. Calls, emails, even a brick through Jordan's window. We reported it. Police sympathetic but stretched thin. Community rallied, vigils, fundraisers, but the strain tested us. Maybe we should move, Jordan suggested, eyeing safer suburbs. I resisted. Running isn't us. The decision hung, drama intensifying as allies and adversaries multiplied. High trail built, choices defining our path. Fight for visibility or seek quiet peace. Spring brought tentative renewal, but shadows persisted. The doxing incident led to arrests, 2 teens influenced by online hate, but scars remained. Jordan's center expanded, grants pouring in from sympathizers, yet burnout loomed. I thrived at work, designing campaigns for LGBTQ rights, our story inspiring motifs. You're my muse, I told him, kissing his forehead. He smiled wearily. And you're my strength. Family ties mended unevenly. Jordan's parents called sporadically, conversations evolving from strained to curious. Tell us about Ethan, his mom asked once, a milestone. Mine visited New York, awkward tours turning genuine. Dad even shook Jordan's hand firmly. Takes guts, he admitted. Progress fueled hope, but external conflicts raged. A bill in Congress debated LGBTQ protections, sparking protests. We marched, chants echoing, but counter-protesters clashed, police intervening. In the melee, Jordan twisted his ankle, me carrying him home. This is our reality, he said, wincing. The injury forced downtime, us reconnecting intimately, board games, home-cooked meals, deep talks. Vulnerabilities surfaced. Jordan's fear of abandonment, my imposter syndrome. What if I'm not enough? I confessed. He cupped my face. You are everything. Bonds deepened, but a bombshell dropped. Chris, Jordan's ex, resurfaced, claiming unfinished business. Texts escalated to a surprise visit. I miss what we had, Chris said at our door, eyes pleading. Jealousy flared. I confronted Jordan. Do you still feel something? He denied, but hesitation stung. The drama unfolded, Chris revealing past secrets, like a shared dream of adoption Jordan never mentioned. Arguments peaked. Why hide that? I demanded. Because it hurt too much when he left. Tears flowed, trust fracturing. Chris lingered in the city, stirring doubt. I met him secretly for closure, Learning their breakup stemmed from Jordan's closeted fears then. He's grown with you, Chris admitted. Relief mixed with anger at the intrusion. Back home, we hashed it out. Forgiveness hard won. No more secrets, we vowed. Societal backlash intensified with a viral video of our March altercation, twisted by media to portray us as agitators. Job offers retracted for me, donors wavered for Jordan. They're trying to silence us, he raged. We countered with op-eds, sharing our narrative. Lost luggage leading to found love, amid prejudice. Support surged, but so did opposition. A debate invite came. Jordan versus a conservative pundit on TV. Nerves high, he prepared meticulously. I watched from the audience, heart swelling as he articulated our struggles eloquently. Love isn't a threat. Ignorance is. Applause mixed with boos, controversy amplified. Post-debate, threats escalated, emails promising consequences. We hired security, paranoia peaking. One night, alone while Jordan worked late, a knock startled me. Peering out, no one, but a note. End it or else. Fear gripped. I called Jordan, who rushed home. We can't let them win, he said, holding me. Choices loomed. Retreat or resist. Drama crested, our love a beacon amid storm. As summer returned, resolution beckoned amid turmoil. The threats led to an FBI probe, culprits unmasked as online trolls. Arrests bringing closure, but vigilance remained. Jordan's center flourished, a safe haven for more youth like Miguel, who graduated high school with honors. You saved me, he told Jordan at the ceremony, us beaming like proud parents. My career rebounded, a book deal for our story in the works, chronicling the airport meet-cute to battles won. Family reconciliations solidified. Jordan's parents visited again, this time with open arms. Mom hugging me warmly, Dad sharing stories of his youth. I was wrong, he admitted quietly. Mine hosted a barbecue back home, Jordan charming them with his wit. Bridges built, though fragile. Societal shifts mirrored. The bill passed, protections expanded, our advocacy contributing ripples. Yet personal trials persisted. Jordan proposed one evening in Central Park, under the same tree we'd first walked. Marry me, Ethan. Through it all, tears streamed as I said yes, ring slipping on, simple, meaningful. Planning ignited joy, but debates arose. Public wedding or private? Family involvement stirred old wounds. His sister offered to officiate, a touching gesture. Invites went out, responses mixed. Some absences stinging, reminders of ongoing prejudice. The wedding approached, drama in logistics. Venue backlash from conservative owners, forcing a switch. Media caught wind, turning it into a symbol, love triumphing hate. Vows exchanged amid cheers, our kiss sealing commitment. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought peace, waves washing away residues. Back home, life normalized, but reflections lingered on choices made. Years condensed into moments. Lost luggage birthing found purpose. Conflicts shaped us. Societal clashes forging resilience. Personal doubts yielding growth. Love endured, a testament to perseverance. But was it fate that misplaced those bags or mere chance? And does true love require such trials to prove its worth? True or false? Society's prejudices ultimately strengthen genuine bonds.